Seahawks GM has confirmed that they will indeed trade their superstar wide receiver to a new team for the 2025-2026 season. Pittsburgh Steelers are a name that have been linked to many different wide receivers around the NFL, with a name like DK Metcalf being linked to the Pittsburgh Steelers recently. This could change our whole offense and open up a whole new tier to the Pittsburgh Steelers offense as they look to get a new quarterback and a new star-studded wide receiver for their offense in 2025 and 2026. Real quick, if you guys are not currently subscribed, click that subscribe button down below. We're going to get you guys the latest Steelers news every single day regarding free agency rumors, trade rumors, coaching rumors, GM rumors, anything that is worth talking about regarding Pittsburgh Steelers news. We will make a video on it daily. Let's get right into the news. We got a wide receiver name that has been linked to the Pittsburgh Steelers in the past, and hopefully we will pull the trigger and grab this guy, bring him into Pittsburgh. Let's get right into it. So, a video that I talked about earlier, a video that I made a few days ago regarding DK Metcalf coming to the Pittsburgh Steelers is looking to be, it's looking like it's more and more likely each and every day. DK Metcalf is a guy that has been a workhorse since he came to the league. When this guy came in the draft, there was a ton of news about him. He's a freak athlete, freak receiver. This guy, he looks like a linebacker, a defensive end, or a tight end at wide receiver. He's jacked, he's tall, he's super athletic, and he makes plays, and he's a productive player. DK Metcalf, he's only been a stud since he's come into the league for the Seahawks, and he's only progressing, and he's only looking to get better as he heads into his prime. He's only 27 years old, so he's probably got at least 5 to 10 more years left in the tank. If this guy just keeps getting better, who knows? This guy could he could be up there among the greats. I mean, he's already been great in Seattle, and he's probably going to be great wherever he goes. So, Metcalf actually became available finally by the Seattle Seahawks. There's been a lot of news around his name, but he's not officially become available until the last couple of days. This guy's been a name that has been regarded to go to many different teams the past 2 years, but officially he is now available as a trade prospect for NFL teams. So yeah, this opened the door for the NFL, and he's coming off another 900-yard season. He's never finished a year with under 900 yards or 5 touchdowns, and that's something that not a lot of other wide receivers can say in this NFL day and age. Having that 900, 1,000 yards just proves that you're a consistent and productive wide receiver, and DK has really he's been that and much more. This guy actually was one of the best receivers when he came in the league in his second or third year. If we go back, he really strived and was the most productive when he played with Russell Wilson, which who I don't want to be back in Pittsburgh, but hey, if that's the key to getting DK Metcalf in Pittsburgh, sign him up. Like, I'll take it, because DK he's a freak athlete, and he's a superstar wide receiver. In 2020, 2021, this guy had over 1,300, 1,400 receiving yards, and he was top 5 in the league in receiving yards. I believe he might even led the league in wide receiving yards. So, like I said, this guy's only getting better. The only knock on him and the knock on his game is, he is a little inconsistent. He'll have games where he'll have over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, and then he'll have a game where he'll have 2 or 3 catches and not that many receiving yards. And he is a player that is known to, blow up on the sidelines and shows his emotions. So, we already really have a problem with that in Pittsburgh. If we look into the past, and a problem that we have currently, our wide receivers tend to be divas. That stems back to Antonio Brown throwing coolers on the sideline when Big Ben was playing down here. Back in 2016, 2017, there's a video of AB tossing coolers and throwing his hands up in the air and patting. And George Pickens now too. This guy's always crying on the sidelines and complaining about his quarterback or why he's not getting the ball. So that is one thing, DK Metcalf, that we will have to coach and we will have to, get around, because in Seattle there's been a ton of times, notably against the 49ers and a ton of other teams, where DK he lets his emotions get in front of him, and he forgets that he's a player on a team. And it's great to have guys with that passion to win and become alphas and dogs. But when it gets in the way of your team and it really hurts your team, it becomes a lot more of a problem. So you got to wonder if that's one of the reasons why Seattle wants to move on from this guy. But it could just be also, the emergence of their young receiver, Jackson Smith and Jigba. He was the leading receiver in Seattle last year. But I don't think that's a knock really on DK. It could just be, Gino prefers throwing the ball to Smith and Jigba more. Smith and Jigba is getting more of those open opportunities because DK Metcalf is getting covered. So, getting out of Seattle, I think, is the best option for DK Metcalf. Whether or not DK will come to Pittsburgh is really up in the air. I hope he does come to Pittsburgh because, like I said, this guy's been super productive wherever he's been, and he's jacked. I mean, look at the dude, like in the running game, this guy's really going to help us out. Just having that aggressive mentality, having this guy in the black and gold, just lining up against DK Metcalf every game. It's going to be rough for Cleveland and the Ravens and Cincinnati to go against this guy twice a year. So just having that big physical receiver in there alongside Pickens, that athletic freak is just, it already makes us, if we bring this guy into our wide receiver room, we're already a top 10 wide receiving core, top 5 receiving core in the league, in my opinion. We just become that good of a team. Pickens has already proven that he's already a number one guy. He's a 900, 1,000 receiving yard, 5 to 10 touchdowns each season kind of guy. Hopefully he's just going to hit that 1,500 yard mark soon, or 10 plus touchdowns yard mark soon. And bringing in a guy like DK Metcalf is only going to make him that much better. He's going to totally improve this offense, alongside Pat Freiermuth, who will only get more and more of an increased role in the offense because he signed that big contract last year. He got that bag. So expect him to be, used in the offense more. Pickens obviously will be used a lot more. Jalen Warren, whether or not the Steelers dress another running back position in free agency or in the draft, we'll have to see. But, just adding DK to that started lineup is going to only make us better and only give us the best opportunity. It's really just comes down to what the Seahawks want. They have confirmed that they want a first-round pick and a third-round pick for this guy. So, it will be a tough decision whether or not the Steelers do want to give up that much compensation for him. And just us as a franchise, we really don't like to make big trades like that regarding our draft picks. We really love to build in the draft. The last time we really did that was probably for Minkah Fitzpatrick in 2018, where Tomlin just said, "Hey, I can't do it with these safeties. I need a dog in here. I need my own Troy Polamalu." And Steelers went out and traded to the Dolphins their first round pick for the year and got our guy Minkah. So it's still possible. I still think Steelers could evidently give up that much for a DK Metcalf kind of guy if we really are like, hey, this guy's going to come in and he's going to make that much of an instant impact that, hey, we can't find anybody in the draft better than him or on his level, that we're willing to give up our first and third round picks to get him. I mean, hey, pull that trigger, show the NFL you're not playing games, and show them why you're the con artist, Omar Khan. Just show them what's up. Give them that blank check. Be like, hey, we'll give you as much money as you want. Just get us our 1,000 yards in that Super Bowl. So that is all I have for you guys tonight. Thanks so much. If you guys have not subscribed already, click that subscribe button down below. It's really only going to help us out in the long run and help you out because we're going to get you guys the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news regarding anything Pittsburgh Steelers related. Stay tuned. Here we go, Steelers. Peace out, boys.